Principal for someone who's an incident, so I asked her I'm gonna wait for another minute. I see somebody trying to come in and shut the door, but we're gonna get ready and get started. Great. Good morning. Good morning. On behalf of the OSU Youth Violence Prevention Advisory Board, I want to thank you for joining us today on this important day of dialogue, learning, and networking. Today you will hear from experts across a wide range of fields, from law enforcement to public health to youth striving to make a difference in our community. The Ohio OSU Youth Violence Prevention Advisory Board was formed in 2007 to open dialogue between academic scholars and local practitioners. Anybody who has on the orange ribbon is on the board, and you can ask any of them about what what the committee is doing in the community, what future goals are. This group had originally started with 22 members, and now it has over 65 members and employees. Well, they want to know why a conference. Here's a simple answer. Violence is a complex issue, and that we need to acknowledge and to find effective solutions to preventing. There are multiple sources of knowledge. Practitioners and those most affected by violence have a deep understanding of the problems they face, but sometimes their focus is selective. Researchers work separately from practitioners, usually can't get deep enough to get a full grasp of the complex problems that are apparent to the practitioners. There is truth in the old saying, you can't see the forest for the trees, but you can also miss the details of the trees if you're focusing on the forest. An integration of practitioner and research knowledge sources will move us forward with effective solutions, and that's what the Youth Violence Prevention Advisory Committee has been working on. So before we officially begin our program, we would like to acknowledge several important people who worked hard to make this event happen. There's Anita Parker, who's on staff with OSU, and she has served as the conference director, and Helen Odin as the technical director. Their attention to detail and sheer endurance demonstrates their commitment and passion for making a difference. Numerous volunteers have assisted today and in the weeks following up to this event. Ashley Hicks, Shelley Bloom, Juan Martinez, Jasmine Aguirre Moreno, Chris Riley, Sarah Wallace, Christine Schrapp, Kyra Crockett Hodges, Quentin White, Theresa Potter, and Mallory Hasori. Now I need to go over some logistics for today. There's maps of the layout of the floor that's right outside where you registered. Cell phones, they're requesting that no cell phones be on and be turned off during all sessions because they might interfere with taping. So I guess all the sessions are being taped. There's going to be an information table for any lost and found items or questions, and that's where you registered as well. And the floor tracks are clearly delineated in your program and color-coded for your convenience. Please be aware that space is limited by room size, which means you select a first, second, and third choice for each time slots. Breaks are 15 minutes long, and so you'll be getting a break after this session. And lunches will be served from, I think, 12:45 or 12. Sorry, that's in your program.
12:30 to 1:55.
12:30 to 1:55, and you can actually pick up your lunch anytime during that time frame. Thank you very much. And then there are different vendors out there that have books and different things like that for sale. This morning, the first session, our keynote speaker is Theresa Flores. Now, I actually happen to know Theresa Flores because she is one of the very active and founding members of the Central Ohio Rescue and Restore Coalition, which works on human trafficking issues within the Central Ohio region. Ms. Flores has been a licensed social worker in Ohio for nearly 20 years. She received a bachelor's in social work from Ball State University in Indiana and her master's of science in counseling and education from the University of Dayton as a human development specialist. She is featured by the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center Museum in a traveling exhibit entitled Invisible Slavery. She lectures internationally on human trafficking, multicultural, and parenting issues associated with human trafficking, and has been seen on Ohio News Network, ABC, and Fox 28. She has also made it her mission to bring awareness to the subject of human trafficking so that other young girls never have to endure what she did in silence. She was a guest speaker at the Child Slavery Now conference in Hull, England, at the Wilberforce Institute for the Study of Slavery and Emancipation, and has been featured on MSNBC and The Today Show in an investigative series called Sex Slaves, the Teen Trade. She has also published her story. It's called The Secret Back, an American teen story of modern-day slavery. It's a must-read for every parent and high school student. So with that, thank you.
I can talk about you guys hear me okay? Well, thank you guys for signing up for this session. This is something that most people are totally unaware of. One of the common responses I get when I tell people what I do is, I didn't know. And I always respond to that, well, now you do. Okay, so that's what I'm going to preface this by. Lately I've been thinking about, those statues, the monkey see, monkey do, monkey hear, where they're covering the different parts. I was thinking that is like what human trafficking is in the United States. We don't hear about it, not on the nightly news. We don't see it, you have to look for it. And we don't talk about it. So that really epitomizes what human trafficking in the United States is all about, and that's pretty sad when it's concerning our youth. And it's like I'll tell you later, it's the second leading crime in the world. We're foolish to believe that if this is the second leading crime, it's not happening here. And that's what most people think, that it doesn't happen here to Americans. So we're really foolish to believe that. I've tried to spend a lot of time thinking about why it is that we don't know about this. Why is it that it's not in our nightly news? And I thought that it's probably because we think of human trafficking in other countries, right? Indian boys, girls in Cambodia or Thailand, we know that, we're educated. Or we think if it happens in the United States, it's young girls being brought here from Russia or Ukraine, for sale for sex. We know that. But I think that we don't like to think that it happens here, because if you had to find one word for America, what would it be? The one word. Freedom. Exactly. We don't like to think that somebody doesn't have freedom in the United States. We assume everybody is free in the United States. And we don't like to think otherwise. But that's not the case. There's many people in the United States that aren't free. So we don't like to think that it happens here. But we have fought hard for this freedom. We're doing so right now with the war. We have done it in civil rights movements, women's rights movements. We are like the leaders on freedom. If you had to choose any country, we are the leaders on that. So we have to start thinking that it does happen